What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is Prox here, bringing you guys a brand new video today. We're going to be going over if Rainbow Six Siege 9 years later is even worth playing. If you do enjoy the video, make sure to consider hitting the like button, subscribe, and check out my other social media pages like Twitch, where we stream daily over there, as well as Twitter to keep up to date with my life. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, if you're a new player or returning, the big question is, should I pick up Rainbow Six Siege in year 9? And the short answer to that is yes. For the sake of this video, we're going to be highlighting and focusing on new players, as I feel this video will be the most informative to the people that have never picked up the game and kind of get a better understanding of what you're getting into and the investment you're making as you progress through the levels of Rainbow Six Siege. So now that that's off the table, I really want to address one thing to new players, and that is, will I have fun on Rainbow Six Siege? The short answer is no. Now hold on, I know what you're thinking. Why would I ever pay for a game that I'm not going to end up having a good time on? I say no initially because this game is not quite like any other first-person shooter on the market today. There is such a steep learning curve and complexities to the intricacies of each type of game mechanic in R6. And for that reason, I tell new players that come to my chat or that I have friends that I've recommended and convinced them to purchase the game is the first 50 to 75 hours realistically, it's learning fundamentals. And that means, well, a lot of dying. We have smaller modes like Deathmatch or Free-for-all that allow respawns that can maybe warm up your aim, but that isn't going to give you the itch like Call of Duty. You're going to die a lot, you're going to be waiting, watching, learning, and digesting. And for those reasons, it's so important that I stress to you that if you can make it out of the first 50 to 75 hour sludge that is Rainbow Six Siege, the possibilities open up exponentially. And really, once it clicks in your head, the fundamentals of the game mechanics, understanding the intricacies of each character, the fun complexities of each map's destructibility, recoil, attachments, and synergies, you really start to find the value in this game. But I have to warn you, this game is an investment. If you're going to dedicate yourself to that purchase, you have to humble yourself and know that you are not going to get things right off the rip, and it's going to take some extreme adjusting to get used to.
5 minutes left.
With that out of the way, let's talk about the positives. The real reasons you should buy Rainbow Six Siege 9 years later. And yes, I'm going to preface that 9 years later. First and foremost is content. If you're new to this game, you're getting 9 years worth of content and more to come in each passing season. This game is in the best state it's been in since its launch and since its inception. The player bases are rising thanks to creators like Jinxie, Bolo, competitive pro scene. So we're seeing more and more of an active player base coming to the game. But you're also getting, in these 9 years worth of content, 71 new operators, over 24 maps to play from and selections to choose from, hundreds of guns. There's constant events and seasonal content that roll out on the regular to keep you intrigued for the casual scene. You get really 3 big main modes, being quick play, which is going to have your free-for-alls, your death matches, one in the chamber, snipers only, the more fun community-driven modes. Then you have standard, which is ranked without the stress of losing elo. And then you have the world of ranked, which is an extremely invigorating, frustrating, and emotional game mode that I've ever played. And with all of its faults, because believe me, this game has faults, it makes up with the unique charm, the amount of synergy in different play styles, and the complexities to the game. If you're someone that just likes to run and gun, shoot and kill constantly, rinse and repeat, Call of Duty or respawn modes like Battlefield is going to be it for you. But if you're looking for that competitive itch that just has an extra level of depth that Valorant or CS doesn't have, this is where you want to be. Now, I haven't even highlighted my favorite feature in this game. that I feel a lot of modern game devs have really strayed away from over this last decade. And that is going to be a fun and detailed custom lobby creator, as well as an in-depth theater mode to review footage or watch prior games, or, be able to create really fun custom content. And R6 does it best because you can customize every single piece of a game, whether that is sites, pick and ban, times, maps, right? There's so much to do in the custom game lobbies that really opens the door for fun moments with your friends, with your competition. And Jinxie and other creators have highlighted why this game can be so much fun outside of just your standard competitive or quick play, search queues. Unfortunately, it also wouldn't be a Ubisoft game if we didn't have some underlying problems that can affect the amount of fun you have, and it's really relative to how you perceive these things. With it even being a AAA game, there are still some pretty big problems. First and foremost is a slew of times during each season where servers just don't work properly, and you have to be on a wait time for hours. And in addition, there are a pretty exponential amount of hackers as well as bugs that are in the game in constant succession. I know they're working on creating more effective anti-cheat methods as well as combating bugs in an efficient manner, but that's still something we should highlight nonetheless, right, guys? But I think the biggest one for people is how you handle toxicity. There hasn't been a game that is as toxic as Rainbow Six Siege unless you look back to OG Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. There's going to be team killing, there's going to be griefing on occasions, horrible slurs are going to be said as well, and it really is the weakest part of this game in my opinion. But also, I feel like it does have this charm that you don't get much anymore, since every game encourages party chats and not having these interactions with random people. So of course you're going to have that occasional bad apple that really just isn't cutting it for you. But overall, I would say that it is still good to run into the occasional individual that is trying to be competitive, have some integrity, and have fun. So it is a trade-off, but I just need to highlight that this game is extremely toxic. You would know watching any of my streams. So in turn, really think about it like this. For the price of a quarter pounder meal at McDonald's, I would say this game is absolutely worth every penny. It's going to be frustrating. It's going to have some moments of learning and difficulty, but there's a lot of fun to be had once you reach past that. And when you get a group of friends that can get on every night and grind ranked or play custom lobbies, it brings you back to a simpler time. A time when gaming was not so much about microtransactions or cosmetics, but just about playing with your buddies and really finding the fun in the little things.